Welcome to Drunk Bible Study. This show's mission is to read every single word of the greatest story ever told. A warning to our listeners, the hosts of this show are sinners, but they're doing their best. There will be drinking and there may be some swears. They did say they'd try to keep it clean, but I wouldn't put my money on it.
I'm Emily, and this is Drunk Bible Study, where my good friends Dedeker and Jace teach me, a born and raised atheist, all about the Bible. So Jace and Dedeker, we survived technical difficulties. We are here. We are doing the show. How are the two of you doing?
Oh, no, Jace, you're great.
It's okay,
Jace, you're great.
It's okay. As always, you figured it out.
Thank you.
Like that song, we figured it out. With the pencil and a pen, we figured it out. Except for it was with a mouse and a microphone. It's from How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying.
Oh.
Don't worry about it.
I've never seen or heard the show, actually.
Yeah, no, it's good. They taught it at my college.
Cool.
People should know that I constantly have a nightmare of Jace dying.
Gosh.
Not because I love him and care for him and stuff like that. More because if Jace
I'm sorry to hear
if
that.
Jace died, the technical side of the show would just fall to pieces. Emily and I would be like two lost little orphans in a sandstorm.
Specifically a sandstorm.
Yeah, also on a boat in the middle of a sandstorm. We would just be completely lost at sea.
A sand boat.
On a sand boat in the sand sea.
Wow.
We'd be done. We'd just
I
be
agree
done.
Completely.
Well, thank you. I appreciate all of that. To fill in our listeners at home, we had a lot of technical issues with the video for our live show, and I was frantically trying to fix all of that while getting ready for this. And now I'm all amped up. I'm all agitated.
So angry.
And I'd been feeling so chill before because it's finally feeling like summertime outside in Seattle. It's going to get up to 72 today. I think it has already been 72. It's beautiful and sunny. I mowed the lawn today.
Wow.
It was great. And then it just all got
It's okay. No, Jace,
Okay.
This is a good day for you to buy life insurance. That's all I'm saying.
You're going to buy life insurance?
No, you should buy
Just in
life
case.
insurance.
I see.
I mean,
yeah,
just
so the
as-
Dedeker
Because if
gets
you
your
die,
money.
we're going to need money to hire somebody to do all this
see.
stuff.
Just leave it all to our LLC. It'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be great and not suspicious at all that we urged you to do this.
Right.
Not at all. Yes.
I'm going to cast a little suspicion on you if that were to happen. So
Absolutely. Yes. All that I see that we talked about last time was Kermit the Frog and the Rainbow Connection.
Yep.
yes.
Also, old understandings of the female anatomy. I think,
Yes.
Dedeker, you went way into that. It was good.
Well, there was a line about the womb being inside the bowels or babies coming out of the bowels and things like that.
Yikes.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Ooh.
Blocked that one out.
Yikes. Yeah. And then, I remember this because I did it. Fathers who nursed, and they don't really nurse. Except for in dire, weird circumstances. But generally, it's not a thing that happens.
They could if they wanted it bad enough.
I suppose. But yeah, I think that was yet another metaphor from God. He's doing a lot of those lately.
Yeah. He loves those.
Yeah, no, definitely. All right. Well, we are in need of drinks. So what are we drinking?
Yeah, we have an exciting one.
Jason
Ooh,
we have an exciting
really?
one. Yeah, we ordered an Armenian brandy
Wow.
called Ararat.
So what does that mean exactly? Is that different than American brandies? Does brandy usually come from America? Where does it come from? Okay. Give it to me.
I'm glad that you asked. So we actually not too long ago did a tasting box through the service called Flaviar. We did this tasting box of French brandies, specifically Cognac, Armagnac, and Calvados. And basically it led us to be like, wait a minute, what does brandy mean? What does cognac mean? What is all of this? And basically it's that brandy is a liquor that's distilled from wine. from grapes.
Oh, wow. I had no idea.
There are other types.
I feel terrible that I didn't know this.
You should feel terrible.
I know.
Yeah. But that's why we're here.
Thank you.
To learn about the Bible and brandy.
And brandy.
So yeah, basically the deal is that there are other things that are called brandy that are made from other things like apples or other fruits. But technically, officially, brandy is only made from distilling wine.
Wow.
But there's kind of these like brandy adjacent things. But generally speaking, if you just call it a brandy, it means it's from wine. And if it's something else, it has to be like a apple brandy or some
or
other
peach
type
brandy
of
or
brandy.
something.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. Yeah, someone tasted wine and was like, not strong enough. And
so
must go more, must go harder.
Yeah, is it like, what proof is it?
This particular brandy is 80 proof.
Okay. Yeah.
So the reason why we thought it would be nice for Drunk Bible Study is because it's called Ararat, which, if you recall, Emily, do you recall? No, your face says that you don't recall.
I've heard the name before. I've heard it before.
Yes.
Is it a place, a person, or a thing?
It's a place. So
thank you. Okay, it's a place.
Mount Ararat was the mountain where Noah and his ark landed when the floodwaters received.
Have you seen it?
Receded.
Received him.
Yeah,
and then
the floodwaters first received the ark, and then Mount Ararat received him as well.
Yes.
Have you been there, Dedeker?
No, I've never been to Armenia.
Okay.
Not yet, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have not either. Although, when I was living in Russia the first time and staying with my host family, who is Armenian, they were very into Mount Ararat and its connection to the Bible. That's very much
I remember you telling me about
a point of pride amongst Armenians who are Christian, at least, of like, we are where Noah's Ark landed. So
Sweet.
That's cool.
Yes, that's awesome. So both of you are drinking this?
Yes.
Okay, lovely. Well, I stole some butterfly pea powder from work and made myself...
Emily, you confess to a lot of thievery from your place of employment.
I ask my superiors if I can, and they say yes.
Okay.
It's fine. I'm like, this is for a Bible study podcast where I'm drinking. I need these things. And they're like, cool, go nuts. It's fine.
Okay. So not really stealing.
Yeah, no. I ask.
Helping yourself.
Yes, I help myself to it. And then I make beautiful drinks like this one. So this, wow, it's not even, it was, okay, we've waited a while for this podcast. And so it has kind of like changed shape and stuff, but it has also raspberry in it, so I called it the raspberry butterfly.
Fun.
But it has like a very, very dark, beautiful color down here, and then slightly gradient and a little lighter
up there.
It's like
a super dark purple.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like a mauve maybe. It's nice, but it's just raspberries, the butterfly pea powder, vodka, and lemon juice, and a little bit of maple syrup and ice, and that's it. And it's delightful. Highly recommend. I need to play around with this butterfly pea because you can do a lot of things with it and make like really stunningly beautiful drinks that are pinks and purples and all of these different cool colors. So
yeah,
but hold on to that thought. I'll be back with the butterfly pea for sure.
I'm excited.
Great.
It'll be good. Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. What the heck are we doing today besides, freaking out about our technical difficulties?
Yeah. Well, there's always that.
Indeed.
What are we doing today? Today, we are continuing on with Isaiah. Next week, we will be getting finally to Trito-Isaiah. Our third chapter of next week will be the start of Trito-Isaiah. So this is very exciting.
And how many of those are there?
Not very many.
Cool.
We're almost to the end of this thing.
Wow,
Sweet.
So close.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
If you want to read along with us, you can go to drunkbiblestudy.com/read for Isaiah 50 through 52. As we get started, we want to remind everyone to read responsibly and drink responsibly.
You can drink along with us, or you can listen while you're in the car.
But please do not do both at the same time.
And with that, Isaiah 50. Thus says Yahweh, where is the bill of your mother's divorce with which I have put her away?
This is random. Like,
I love that.
Like, just randomly talking about divorce. I thought that wasn't allowed.
Really off to the races here.
Yeah, this is great.
And even just really saying the quiet parts out loud, with which I have put her away. Just intense.
Yeah.
Now, does this mean that Yahweh has divorced your mother? I'm confused.
Your mother's divorced. I guess. I suppose.
Your mother.
Is he talking about Beyonce?
Oh, he's always talking about her.
Yeah, this might be about Beyonce.
Never let it go.
I would too if I ever, was married to her. I would talk about her all the time too.
True.
Or, which of my creditors is it to whom I have sold you? Behold, for your iniquities were you sold, and for your transgressions was your mother put away. Why? When I came, was there no man? When I called, was there none to answer? Is my hand shortened at all that it can't redeem?
What?
Boy.
What is happening?
Oh, he's having some like shorthand complex.
Yeah.
It's not big enough. It's not big enough.
Some Napoleon hand complex.
Okay, what if we're trying to read it all like this makes sense together? But what if that's actually a total aside? He's like, where's your bill of divorce that I just put away your mother? Wait, is my hand shorter? That just like total non sequitur.
Did my hand get shorter? Okay.
Or have I no power to deliver? Behold, at my rebuke, I dry up the sea. I make the rivers a wilderness. Their fish stink because there is no water and die for thirst. Okay, yeah, a dried up river with like a bunch of dead fish would be pretty stinky.
Yeah.
Ugh, yuck.
I clothe the heavens with blackness, and I make sackcloth their covering. The Lord Yahweh has given me the tongue of those who are taught, that I may know how to sustain with words him who is weary. He wakens, morning by morning. He wakens my ear to hear as those who are taught. I think we've shifted into Isaiah talking, because now he's talking about Yahweh giving him this tongue and ears.
So in the message after verse 3, there was a little like asterisk to like separate sections. So it does seem like we're kind of starting a separate thing now at verse 4.
Okay. Good.
Apparently, John Michael in the chat said that hand means the legal authority that a husband has over a wife in Latin. So
cool.
Okay.
That makes more sense.
Shortening, his rights over his wife have shortened.
I guess so.
Sounds like progress.
Great. Yeah. It's the first way feminism is waving through. Okay.
Wow.
So this is like a 0.1 way of feminism, maybe.
Okay. The Lord Yahweh has opened my ear, and I was not rebellious, neither turned away backward. I gave my back to the strikers, and my cheeks to those who plucked off the hair.
Ouch.
Ew.
See, I'm thinking, I just think of it as a spanking metaphor, where he's like my backside to the strikers and my cheeks to those who plucked off the hair.
Oh, those cheeks. I see.
Wait, what? Did they wax his...
He's waxing his butt? No.
Maybe a particular interpretation of it is his waxing his butt. That's the funnier interpretation.
Okay, you're right. That is more fun.
Okay. Wow.
I didn't hide my face from shame and spitting, for the Lord Yahweh will help me. Therefore, I have not been confounded. Therefore, have I set my face like a flint, and know that I shall not be disappointed. He is near who justifies me, who will bring up charges against me. Let us stand up together. Who is my adversary? Let him come near to me.
Apparently no one.
Behold, the Lord Yahweh will help me. Who is he who shall condemn me? Behold, all they shall wax old as a garment. The moth shall eat them up.
See, they are waxing people. They're waxing them.
This is waxing old, like a moon.
I see.
Like the moon.
Like waning and waxing.
Which is another metaphor for butt.
Oh, that's true.
Which is just, it's all roads lead to butts.
Yeah. That's
clearly
the moral of the story. That's a good, you know what? That's a good title for this episode.
All roads lead to
Drunk
butts.
Bible Study episode 147, Isaiah 50 to 52, All Roads Lead to Butts. That's
great.
Pretty good.
Make it happen, Rachel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, Rachel.
Behold, all they shall wax old as a garment. The moth shall eat them up. Who is among you who fears Yahweh? This brandy, let me tell you.
Jennifer's already drunk. It took like 2 sips.
Who is among you who fears Yahweh, who obeys the voice of his servant? He who walks in darkness and has no light, Let him trust in the name of Yahweh and rely on his God. Behold, all you who kindle a fire, who gird yourselves about with firebrands, walk you in the flame of your fire, and among the brands that you have kindled. This shall you have of my hand. You shall lie down in sorrow. That was the end.
Always. Whoa. It's always so dark.
He always really sinks into a pit right at the end.
Like, we really get those like little nuggets once in a while of him being like sweet and kind and I love you and here's bunnies and stuff like that. And then the rest of the time he's like, I will murder you and take away all of your favorite things and your children, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that
Fire's going to burn up your fire.
It's your favorite things and your children. Those are not one and the same. That's good.
All of your favorite possessions and animals and all of that. And also I'll kill your firstborn and maybe everyone else.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
Gotta love
and
that.
And your wife who you're cheating on. Yeah. Cool.
Okay. Great.
Well, that was that.
This is fun. I feel like it's like Isaiah, he sort of at the end of each chapter is kind of coming down from his high, and that's where he just sort of gets depressed and kind of angry or whatever. It makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
But we've all been there, right?
Right. Oh, yeah.
Shall I do the next chapter?
Please.
All right, 51. Here we go. Listen to me, you who follow after righteousness, you who seek Yahweh. Look to the rock.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Whence you were hewn, and to the hold of the pit whence you were dug. I like that idea. Like everyone comes from like rock and clay and like is sculpted from God. It's cute.
It's fun.
Even though not evolutionarily correct, but here we are.
I mean, not with that attitude. Come on now.
All right. Look to Abraham, your father, and to Sarah who bore you. For when he was but one, I called him and I blessed him, and he made him many. That's like Father Abraham has many sons, and many sons of Father Abraham.
You got it.
Yeah.
Got it. First try. Well done.
Look at. You're
learning.
Getting indoctrinated
She's
or
learning.
something. Okay. For Yahweh has comforted Zion. He has comforted all her waste places, and has made her wilderness like Eden, and her desert like the garden of Yahweh. Joy and gladness shall be found therein, thanksgiving and the voice of melody.
Can I just
attend?
Sorry, hang on.
Yes.
Something just really caught my eye here, and that's the message.
Oh,
the message says, "I'll transform her dead ground into Eden, her moonscape into the garden of God."
Whoa.
What's a moonscape?
I'm like, wow, Eugene.
Well, it's got to be like dry, cratery, deserty, kind of dead and gray. It sounds much more romantic to use the word moonscape, but I think he's probably trying to evoke a not good image.
Yeah, I just it really caught me off guard seeing moonscape in this other translation. Like, really, Eugene? That's what you felt needed to really get across to the kids?
And yeah, are Eden and the Garden of God two separate things?
No, I think it's just probably a synonym.
In the same sentence?
Synonym
in the same sentence?
Right, in the same list?
His essay teacher, was like, don't repeat yourself. Come up with another way to say that if you're going to say it right in a row. And so he's like,
and then he went on thesaurus.com and was like, okay, like, how do I do this? Yikes. And then that's what he came up with. The Garden of God.
Garden of Eden. Garden of God.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Attend to me, my people, and give ear to me, my nation, for a law shall go forth from me, and I will establish my justice as a light of the peoples. My righteousness is near, my salvation is gone forth, and my arms shall judge the peoples. These arms.
Not his shortened hands.
No,
long arms,
forget that
short
thing.
hands.
Long arms, short little hands.
Yeah. Like no, that's not a dinosaur.
No.
Maybe some dinosaurs, but not a T-Rex. He is short everything.
Not a T-Rex, is short everything.
Yeah.
What would be a creature with small hands, long arms? Like a praying mantis? Like a spider crab?
Yeah. Oh, somebody said an octopus? Wait.
Do they have hands?
Do octopuses have hands?
They do. They decidedly, famously, do not have hands.
Dedeker knows a lot about octos.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Doc Ock. Yeah,
no hands.
Doc Ock has hands, but not octopuses.
There you go. But Doc Ock does have longish arms.
With tiny little grabbers on the end.
So there you go.
You're
Perfect.
right.
We found
so there it is. We found it. We did it.
Doc Ock is Yahweh. It has been proven right here.
No, The Rock is Yahweh. But
The Rock is playing Doc Ock in the next Spider-Man film. You heard it first here, folks.
Wow. We got to call those people. The isles shall wait for me, and on my arm shall they trust. Like, in God we trust. On God's arm we trust.
In arms we trust.
Cool. Lift up your eyes to the heavens and look on the earth beneath, for the heavens shall vanish away like smoke, and the earth shall wax old like a garment.
Oh, okay. So Eugene says the skies will fade out like smoke, same as what we just read, and then the earth will wear out like work pants.
How sad.
You're going to wear out like your old chinos.
Those work pants.
Wow.
Yeah, like in Red Dead Redemption 2. There's a thing called work pants are in there.
Oh, that's one of the clothing items. It's called work pants.
Yeah. Okay. We've been enjoying dressing our man.
Yeah, it is a fun,
it's good to dress the man.
Fun part of the game for sure.
It's fun to dress our man, and work pants are, not great, but they're there. And those who dwell therein shall die in like manner, but my salvation shall be forever, and my righteousness shall not be abolished. Listen to me, you who know righteousness, the people in whose heart is my law. Don't you forget the reproach of men, neither be you dismayed at their insults. For the moth shall eat them up like a garment.
Again, yeah.
Again, back at that.
Yep. Yeah.
Yahweh just opened an old chest of his, and he's like, dang it, my favorite mohair sweater.
Yeah, exactly. And the worm shall eat them like wool. That's my worms.
Those are really scary worms.
Do worms eat wool?
I don't know. Apparently,
are there
God
moth larvae that eat wool?
Ew.
Do worms eat wool?
Of course.
Who eats wool? That's the big question.
I don't know. Like moths, right? Do moths eat everything? All garments?
Yeah. Do moths have a monopoly on eating garments? That's the question.
Well, I'm Googling, what do moths like to eat?
I don't know.
Well, I've just learned about the case-bearing clothes moth, which does have a larva that looks like a worm and does eat fur, flannel, wool, soiled fabrics, and hair. That's
okay.
gross.
Okay.
But the adults are very small.
Get away from my hair.
And rarely seen. So it's just their larvae that are actually the problem.
Oh, good to know.
Well, God seems to think a lot of things are eating his clothes. And the worm shall eat them like wool, but my righteousness shall be forever. And my salvation to all generations.
Yeah, awesome.
Well, like, that was a weird... I don't know why those two things went together, but
so,
whatever.
Okay, just as a note here, I saw a quotation mark ended on that last line you just read, and starting with verse 9, I think we're back to Isaiah talking now.
Got it. So that was God. This is just Isaiah, like, talking about God and other things?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Awake, awake, put on strength, arm of Yahweh. Big old arm.
So the message here says, wake up, flex your muscles, God.
Ooh, yes, please. Yes, please.
Yeah. I mean, Rocks. Is that his new name? Just
R-O-X.
Plural.
It's our buddy Rocks.
Yeah.
Rocks has got those big old muscles.
Oh, he does. Can you smell what he is cooking?
Perfect.
Everybody knows.
He's cooking muscles.
Yeah, for sure.
He's cooking guns.
Awake, arm of Yahweh. Awake, as in the days of old, the generations of ancient times. Isn't it you who did cut Rahab in pieces, who pierced the monster?
Okay.
What monster?
Again, the message is too good to pass up.
Okay.
Didn't you once make mincemeat of Rahab? Dispatch the old chaos dragon?
Whoa, the chaos dragon.
Cool.
Yeah, this is pretty awesome.
See, when I think of a chaos dragon, the first thing that comes to mind is the dragon itself is chaotic, so it flies in the air and it's just like twitching and spasming like all over the place. It's like a drunk moth, or moths are clearly on the brain. It's like some kind of drunk flying creature, but it's a dragon,
which is far scarier.
Yeah, that's true. It's flying around like a moth, but it's also a dragon and can breathe fire.
Gosh,
that's a real problem.
Imagine?
No, I don't want to imagine that. Okay,
because like when there's a large moth trapped in your house and it just like flies into your face, but it'd be like that.
It's really
but a dragon.
annoying. But then it's a dragon, and that's not annoying. That's like deadly.
Yeah.
Okay. Isn't it you who dried up the sea, the waters of the great deep, who made the depths of the sea a way for the redeemed to pass over?
Oh,
the ransomed.
I think this is the parting of the Red Sea.
Oh.
Right? Where he...
Mozos, yeah.
Back in the days of Mozos.
Cool. The ransomed of Yahweh shall return and come with singing to Zion, and everlasting joy shall be on their heads. They shall obtain gladness and joy, and sorrow and sighing shall flee away. Goodbye.
Beautiful. Okay. We have a mid-chapter heading in the message.
Oh.
It says,
what is it?
What are you afraid of? Or who?
Who, what, where, when, why?
And now this is in quotes. So I'm assuming this is Yahweh talking again.
Okay, here he goes. I, even I, am he who comforts you. Who are you that you are afraid of men who shall die, and of the Son of Man who shall be made as grass, and have forgotten Yahweh your Maker, who stretched forth the heavens and laid the foundations of the earth, and fear continually all the day because of the fury of the oppressor, when he makes ready to destroy? And where is the fury of the oppressor?
Yeah, where is
the captive? Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea. The captive exile shall speedily be freed, and he shall not die and go down into the pit. Neither shall his bread fail. Bread fail? Like
I didn't realize that bread
leavened bread?
I didn't realize that there was a fail state on bread.
You know what?
I mean, if it doesn't rise, right?
Oh, see, I was going to say the other day we were going to make some grilled cheese or something, and our bread failed by having mold on it, and the whole project had to be scrapped. So,
okay,
I can understand.
Bread.
Yeah.
Do you all use the term brown bread
for intestines
what?
and
for like
stuff?
Wheat or anything? Like my partner,
like pumpernickel bread.
He's like, "Can you go buy me some brown bread?" And I was just like, "What does that mean? Like, do I buy like bread that is literally brown? Does it mean like wheat? Like, what does it mean?"
Sounds to me like he's an orphan in the 1800s. Asking for a little bit of brown bread.
Excuse me, sir. Could I have some brown bread?
Oh, thank you, Mom. My mom just said that's an older saying of whole wheat bread. Okay. So he just, I don't know. I'm sure she knows what she's talking about.
I'm suspicious.
Dedeker's going to look it up on the internet now to like confirm. Oh, see, there's a wiki article about it.
About brown bread?
Apparently.
Yeah.
Of course there is.
No, it is. It's whole grain flour breads.
There you go.
Wow.
He's still an orphan from the 1800s.
Yes.
I don't care what you
clearly.
tell me.
Amazing. Well, I've never heard that term until I met him, but here we are. All right, brown bread. The captive exile shall speedily be freed, and he shall not die and go down into the pit. Neither shall his bread fail. For I am Yahweh your God, who stirs up the sea, so the waves of it roar. Yahweh of hosts is his name. I have put my words in your mouth, and have covered you in the shadow of my hand, that I may plant the heavens and lay the foundations of the earth, and tell Zion, you are my people. Awake, awake, stand up, Jerusalem, that have drunk at the hand of Yahweh the cup of his wrath. You have drunken the bowl of the cup of staggering and drained it.
Oh, wait, hold on. Can we get drunk off of Yahweh's wrath? It's so appropriate. Is that what we've been doing this entire time? Because he's just constantly angry? I didn't realize this would be such a good renewable resource of intoxication.
Yeah. Well, you know how you can be kind of like drunk with anger?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's, okay. It makes sense. Wow. That's where we get it from. Yahweh taught us to be drunk with anger.
Cool. You have drunken the bowl of the cup of staggering and drained it. There is none to guide her among all the sons. What?
Can we start calling it the cup of staggering?
You mean this? This is the cup of staggering.
Like, here, have another drink of this cup of staggering.
No, Emily, you need to make a very strong cocktail and call it the cup of staggering.
That's really good. Okay. Someone write that down.
Like whatever your version of the Long Island iced tea is, where something that's like very, very strong but doesn't
What's in there?
Like
rum, vodka, and something
literally
else?
Everything is in there. It is the cup of staggering, but I think Emily, you need to develop something for drunk Bible study.
Yeah, make some variation on that and call it the cup of staggering. That's really good.
Take the next day off, which is rough because I'm supposed to work tomorrow, but interesting. Okay, anyways. We'll think about that. Maybe like a half an ounce of each just to make sure that I don't stagger all the next day. Okay. There is none to guide her among all the sons whom she has brought forth, neither is there any who takes her by the hand among all the sons who she has brought up. These two things have happened to you. Who will bemoan you? Like, who's going to be upset when you're dead?
Yeah, I think so.
Yikes. Okay. Desolation and destruction, and the famine and the sword, how shall I comfort you? Your sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets as an antelope in a net. They are full of the wrath of Yahweh, the rebuke of your God.
Sad.
Yeah.
Little skinny
antelope.
legs.
Goodness. Therefore, hear now this, you afflicted and drunken, but now with wine. Thus says your Lord Yahweh and your God, who pleads the cause of his people. What? What, Jace?
Just, I really like that the message has really leaned into what you were talking about earlier, Emily, with your cup of staggering. It says, therefore, listen, please, you with your splitting headaches, you who are nursing the hangovers that didn't come from drinking wine.
What did they come from?
Because it was
wrath.
Drinking the cup of staggering of Yahweh's wrath.
Got it. Okay. Behold, I have taken out of your hand the cup of staggering, even the bowl.
You've been cut off.
I'm taking your keys away and you need to call an Uber. Even the bowl of the cup of my wrath, you shall no more drink it again. And I will put it into the hand of those who afflict you, who have said to your soul, bow down, that we may go over, and you have laid your back as the ground, and as the street to those who go over.
Yeah, he's laying out this metaphor. Okay, so first he's like, I'm going to take away your car keys and this very strong drink.
Got it.
And I'm going to give it instead to the people who are oppressing you.
Okay.
They're going to get real drunk from my anger to these people who are treating you like a doormat.
Okay.
Because he's saying, yeah, you've made your back to them like the street or like the ground, that they just walk all over you.
Well done, Dedeker.
How did I do compared to Eugene?
No, I actually think you actually did a better job than Eugene.
Definitely.
Great. Done. Thank you.
Although he does have a line here that says, down on the ground so we can walk all over you. So you pretty much nailed it there.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
You could write the message.
You could friggin' translate the Bible.
Easy.
Okay.
I find translation very fun, actually. I've entered a few translation contests in my day. Have I won any? No, but it's still fun, and that's what counts.
From Japanese or from what?
Yes, Japanese to English. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so before we go on to finish translating the rest of today's chapters, we're going to take a quick break so that we can fill our drinks and also to talk about how you can support this show. And we're back. And now, for the final chapter of Isaiah for today, before we go on to Silly Psalms with DBS, we have Isaiah chapter 52. Awake, awake, put on your strength, Zion. Put on your beautiful garments, Jerusalem.
Ooh, not moth-eaten.
So much about, clothing in this one.
It's true. He's really into clothing as metaphors now. Jerusalem, the holy city. For henceforth there shall no more come into you the uncircumcised and the unclean. Oh, my.
Boy.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
Boy. Okay.
Good morning.
Okay. Shake yourself from the dust. Arise. Sit on your throne, Jerusalem. Loose yourself from the bonds of your neck, captive daughter of Zion. For thus says Yahweh, you were sold for nothing, and you shall be redeemed without money.
Whoa.
Cool. For thus says the Lord Yahweh, my people went down at the first into Egypt to sojourn there, and the Assyrian has oppressed them without cause. Now, therefore, what do I hear? What do I hear? Not hear with your ears, but hear this location.
Like what the hell am I doing here?
What am I doing here?
I think so,
What
yeah.
do I do?
Yeah.
Here.
Now, therefore, what do I hear? Says Yahweh, seeing that my people is taken away for nothing? Those who rule over them do howl, says Yahweh. All right, because it's the wolves in their castles. So we're taking it back a few episodes.
Good.
Okay.
And my name continually all the day is blasphemed. He hates that.
Yeah.
Therefore, my people shall know my name, Therefore, they shall know in that day that I am he who does speak. I am the one who knocks. Behold, it is I.
He's now Walter White.
Yeah.
Now it's
Have we
Dwayne
cast
Johnson
Bryan Cranston?
Bryan Cranston is on the list.
But we haven't cast him yet?
Put him
He's on the list, but we haven't cast him.
He's not cast yet. No.
I'm really interested to see who we cast as Matthew, Mark, Luke, and Paul. John?
We also need to cast Paul.
Who's Paul? Is Paul a person?
There is a Paul.
There is a Paul, but he's not one of the apostles.
I wonder who we're going to cast as John, Paul, George, and Ringo.
Are they in the Bible?
Yes.
John
Just you wait.
Is the Baptist, and he gets his head cut off, and then Scheherazade gives his head to someone.
There are several Johns.
There is that.
There are several Johns.
Yeah, there's a multitude of Johns.
And then Ringo's not in the Bible, but Paul is, and who's the other?
George.
Wait, George. Is George in the Bible? Is there George of the Jungle?
I don't think
in the
there's
Bible?
any Georges in the Bible.
No. There is a Saint George.
Yeah.
Saint George was the one. Wasn't Saint George the one who killed the dragon and Britain loves him?
Sure. Yeah, honestly, you could say literally anything about any saint or king and be like, isn't that what happened to them in British history? I'd be like, I don't know, sure.
And you'd be like, sure.
You're like, is it not in the Chronicles of whatever it was?
Is it not written down
in the
Chronicles of the kings of Egypt?
Read that?
Egypt.
No, we haven't read it.
We haven't read Chronicles.
We haven't read
We're
the books of Chronicles yet.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
How beautiful on the mountains are the feet of him who brings good news. Oh, this is from Handel's Messiah again.
Really?
Yeah.
Only you would know this.
How beautiful are the feet of them who sing the gospel of peace, or something like that. That's not one I know as well.
Their feet are literally beautiful?
Yeah, their feet are beautiful.
Yeah, just permanent pedicure all the time.
Gorgeous.
That's the dream.
God, it's
the dream, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would love to have a pedicure.
Okay. Just moving on.
Go.
Who publishes peace, who brings good news of good, who publishes salvation, who says to Zion, your God reigns! ! The voice of your watchman. But who watches?
The watchman.
But who watches them? Yeah.
The watchman.
They lift up the voice. Together they do sing. For they shall see eye to eye when Yahweh returns to Zion. Break forth into joy. Sing together, you waste places of Jerusalem. Oh, they're back. The waste places.
Hey, waste places.
Jeez.
For Yahweh has comforted his people. He has redeemed Jerusalem. Yahweh has made bare his holy arm to show off the guns, clearly.
The arms and clothing. Yep. That's the theme for this week.
Yeah, for sure.
Yahweh has made bare his beefy, holy arm in the eyes of all the nations, and all the ends of the earth have seen the salvation of our God. Depart you, go you out from there, touch no unclean thing. Almost forgot to mention, but on your way out, don't touch unclean things. Go you out of the midst of her. Cleanse yourselves, you who bear the vessels of Yahweh. For you shall not go out in haste, neither shall you go by flight. For Yahweh will go with you, and the God of Israel will be your, I thought it said reward, but it's your rearward.
I'm sorry.
What's a rearward?
Rearward.
He's going to be the caboose?
Yeah, he's going to be your caboose. He's the end of the Congo line, heading out. Yahweh's the last one there.
Oh, what a delightful image. I want to be at a party with The Rock, who's the end of the Congo line. I cannot think of anything happier right now.
I'd love to
Why
be
does no one join him afterwards? Is everyone in the Congo line?
Yeah.
No one approaches The Rock from behind. I don't know if you know this.
Got it.
Also
okay.
that.
You're right.
You're
right.
As tempting as it is, you see him shuffling through the party, shaking his hips, shaking his shoulders, and it's just so tempting. You could just reach out. You could just reach out.
Touch those beautiful hips.
Just grab his little hip bones, but you know what the price would be.
Blasphemy. Death.
You know what it would be, just instant death. He would roll you up like a basketball.
You would know your role.
Put you straight in the garbage.
You would know your role after that happened. That is for sure.
Got it.
That's another rock.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about it. Anyway, behold, Wait, was that The Rock or was that other guy?
Who did what?
Which other guy? Vin Diesel?
No, the other WWE guy. Know your role.
What was the catchphrase? You know your role?
Know your role.
You know your role. Google.
Was a thing. Yeah, it's The Rock. That's The Rock. That's also The Rock.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Okay. All right. I was really nervous that all of our crossover WWE fans were going to get mad and write me angry letters.
No, you know what you were talking about.
Okay. Yeah, right. He will be your rearward, the caboose of the Congo line. I'm assuming it's because everyone's already in the Congo line. But anyway, behold, my servant shall deal wisely. He shall be exalted and lifted up and shall be very high. Yes, we know.
Yep.
We are aware of how high he is. Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like as many were astonished at you, his visage was so marred more than any man, and his form more than the sons of men.
What?
His
what? Yeah, help us out.
Visage was
Eugene. Can Eugene help? Eugene, help, Eugene, help.
Okay. Where are we? At first, everyone was appalled. He didn't even look human. A ruined face, disfigured past recognition.
Who is he?
Who
is he that we're referring
my
to?
My servant.
Who has the messed
Just
face?
watch my servant blossom. Exalted, tall, head and shoulders above the crowd, but he didn't begin that way. At first, everyone was appalled. He didn't even look human. So,
okay, then we got him on Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, and it was just a miraculous transformation.
I don't know what we're talking about, but some guy.
It's got to be a metaphor. Is it a metaphor for Israel being the servant?
Yeah. Oh, I see. The servant. This metaphorical servant.
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
So shall he sprinkle many nations. Yep, great. Kings shall shut their mouths at him. Reminds me of that quote. I forget what it's from. They're like, shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Oh, but that was the full line, though, that The Rock dropped was know your role and shut up, or know your role and shut your mouth. Wasn't it?
Is it?
So he
yeah, that's the whole thing.
Let's look this up in the bonus. We'll learn more about.
No, 100%. It is know your role and shut your mouth. I'm looking at a gif of.
So he got it from the Bible
right now.
I want to know if The Rock got all of his sayings from the
Everything
Bible.
He got for his WWE personality.
Did we just know?
Was from the Bible. I love that.
How did we know that he would be the perfect God?
We were divinely inspired. There's no other explanation.
So.
I mean, that's kind of how the Bible works, right?
I don't know how it works.
Any Yahoo can decide to translate it, but they somehow end up divinely inspired. So here we are.
I don't know how it works.
Okay. They shall shut their mouths at him, for that which has not been told them shall they see, and that which they had not heard they shall understand. Deep.
Wow.
That's it. That's the end of today's Isaiah.
Wow.
Cool.
Wow. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
That was clothes, moths, arms.
Moths, clothes, arms, hands, little hands. Teeny weeny hands.
Yeah.
Getting drunk.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Conga lines.
Oh, yeah. Can't forget that.
A lot going on. It's fun.
Okay, friends. I think it's time for everyone's favorite new segment of this show, which is... Now it is time for Silly Psalms with DBS, the part of the show where DBS comes out and reads some psalms.
Psalms 19.
Psalms 19.
For the chief musician, a psalm by David. As always, I don't know why we need to keep clarifying this.
Once in a while he has a different thing for a lyre or something, whatever.
Right. The heavens declare the glory of God. The expanse shows his handiwork. Day after day they pour out speech, and night after night they display knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their voice has gone out through all the earth, their words to the end of the world. In them he has set a tent for the sun, which is as a bridegroom coming out of his room.
What?
Like a strong man rejoicing to run his course. His going out is from the end of the heavens, his circuit to its ends. There is nothing hidden from its heat.
Whoa.
Yahweh's law is perfect, restoring the soul. Yahweh's covenant is sure, making wise the simple. Yahweh's precepts are right, rejoicing the heart. Yahweh's commandment is pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of Yahweh is clean, enduring forever. Yahweh's ordinances are true and righteous altogether. They are more to be desired than gold. Yes, than much fine gold. Sweeter also than honey and the extract of the honeycomb, which is what? Royal jelly? Beeswax? Better than beeswax.
I don't know.
It's got to be it. Yeah.
Moreover, your servant is warned by them. In keeping them, there is great reward. Who can discern his errors? Forgive me from hidden errors.
Okay, wait. So, something that just occurred to me when you were doing this with these weird repetitions is if we remember this is a song, that might be the part where like the backup singers come in.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, the little call and response going on.
Right, because he's like, "They're more to be desired than gold," and the backup singers are like, "Yes, than much fine gold." Right, or this one, right? Like, who can discern his errors? It's like, "Forgive me the hidden errors," that kind of thing.
Love it.
Sweeter also than honey, the extract of honeycomb.
Yeah, perfect.
Beautiful.
Keep back your servant also from presumptuous sins. Let them not have dominion over me. Then I will be upright. I will be blameless and innocent of great transgression.
This is David?
Yes. It's always David, Emily.
Okay.
Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight, Yahweh, my rock and my redeemer.
Yes, the rock. Always,
That's it.
So perfect.
It's always the rock.
It's always the rock.
Okay, we have one more. Psalm 20. For the chief musician, a psalm by David. I want to know who this chief musician was, and if he was always the same guy.
Oh, yeah. Or was it just whoever the local chief musician was when David would do his tour?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's hard to say.
Yeah. May Yahweh answer you in the day of trouble. May the name of the God of Jacob set you up on high, send you help from the sanctuary, grant you support from Zion. Remember all your offerings and accept your burned sacrifice, Selah. May he grant you your heart's desire and fulfill all your counsel. We will triumph in your salvation. In the name of God, we will set up our banners. Yahweh, fulfill all your petitions. Now I know that Yahweh saves his anointed. He will answer him from his holy heaven with the saving strength of his right hand. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we trust in the name of Yahweh our God. They are bowed down and fallen, but we rise up and stand upright. Save Yahweh. Let the king answer us when we call.
Beautiful.
Cool.
Jace, can I ask, I'm really curious what Eugene has to say about verse 7 of Psalms 20.
Of 20. Let's see. See those people polishing their chariots and those others grooming their horses? But we're making garlands for God. Our God.
Good. Garlands for God.
Garlands for God.
What does that look like?
Locks of love?
Uh-huh.
But a garland's like a decoration.
Exactly.
You know what? If someone has not used this yet for some kind of a Christian fundraiser around the holidays where you're like selling garlands to raise money for your charity or something like that, garlands for God. And then like in parentheses,
nice alliteration.
In parentheses, Isaiah 7 or whatever would be pretty good.
Ironically, when I search for garlands for God, it actually brings up a lot of Hindu resources.
Oh, fascinating.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, but also, yes, people in the chat are saying garlandsforgod.com.
Check out
CJs.
Okay, let me check. Garlands.
It's not a new podcast, but it's something.
That is available.
Hell yeah.
If we could find a good thing to do with it. Again, though, it's a URL with a word that's hard to spell. Garlands. That's a very easy one.
Difficult?
I mean, it's not hard for me because I'm great at spelling, but it's not like an obvious word to spell.
Garlands?
Yeah.
Garlands.
See, we're all great at spelling on this podcast.
Garlands.
Garlands.
It's just how it sounds. It's not hard. It's not hard.
Come on, Jace. Buy the URL. Done.
Okay. All right. We'll talk about it. We'll make up a business plan for Garlands for God.
Great. In addition to all the other stuff that we're doing. Okay. Shall we take her home?
Yes, please.
Okay. If you want to toast on the show, sign up to become one of our parishioners at patreon.com/drunkbiblestudy. And thank you for joining us for Bible study today. If you want even more Drunk Bible Study, including ad-free episodes, early releases, personal toasts on the show, and more, become one of our patrons at patreon.com/drunkbiblestudy. If you enjoy the show, take a moment to subscribe and then write us a nice review on iTunes, letting other people know what you like about it. You can also join fellow listeners in the Drunk Bible Study Fans and Fellowship Facebook group. Find us on Twitter at Drunk Bible Cast, on Instagram at Drunk Bible Study, or send us an email to info@drunkbiblestudy.com. Drunk Bible Study is created and produced by Jace Lindgren, Dedeker Winston, and me, Emily Matlack. Our theme song is Book Club by Josh and Anand from their album Home of the. For more information, visit us at drunkbiblestudy.com.
I made a memory about your dad. He's in a book club.